All right, everybody. Hello and welcome. I am your host, James Laverack. I am the Kubernetes 124 release team lead, and this is a release team weekly meeting. It is week one. This is Wednesday, the 12th of January, 2022. If you are attending this meeting, please add yourself to the attendees list, which is on the document that's been shared in the chat. I have, to kick us off, I have a few opening discussion points. First of all, as I said on my message in Slack, if you have not already, please, oh, people seem to have frozen for me. Can people see me? Everything going okay?
We can see you.
We can both see and hear you.
Oh, okay, good. Sorry, everyone seemed to freeze. I don't know if the connection issue on my end. Yes, as I say on Slack, everyone can please make sure to review the Kubernetes Code of Conduct, which covers all of our conduct in all Kubernetes meetings, including this one. And I'd just like to take a moment to welcome all of our new and returning members. I know for some of you, this will be your first time interacting with the Kubernetes community or open source in general. So to you, I say welcome. If you are returning and being on a release team again, welcome back. And hopefully we can make this one as fun as previous releases has been. For those of you not aware, the general outline of this meeting is we will have a section of open discussion topics, and if anyone ever has open discussion topics, feel free to insert them onto the end of this list. Then we will go through a series of like sub-team updates where I will call on individual members to give that. Then updates from release branch management, from Joseph and from myself and scalability if they're around. And finally, we'll go through the project board. This meeting typically lasts about 45 minutes, sometimes a little bit less. Then we'll do a hard cutoff at Q2, as I know people have places to be. All right, the only big thing I have to say this time, ahead of my update further down, is that this meeting is at this time because this is when it is traditionally been at this time. However, with a new team, we have new people and therefore new availabilities and time zones. So I would like people to take a look at this doodle poll. This is to try to see if there is a better time that can be good for people. If people could take a look at that poll and give a vote, then probably sometime early next week, maybe on the Monday, we'll see if there is consensus for a different time. It will still be on the Wednesday, however. With that being said, Lucas, you had a release notes point to bring up in open discussion.
Yeah, we got some feedback that the major themes section had been particularly useful in 1.23, and then suggestion that maybe adding more release enhancement blog links to the major themes section might be helpful for people. So was going to try and go ahead with that.
Yeah, I'm very supportive. Was this the feedback post on Twitter that got posted in the release notes channel? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, I'm very supportive. Anyone else had any particular feedback on this point or comments? No. All right. Then we'll continue with that.
Hey, James.
Yeah.
Are we going to do shadow introductions?
That is a good question. I think we should. I think we have quite a lot of shadows here. So I think it is a good idea to do shadow introductions. In which case I will do the lead shadows when I do my update after everyone else. I guess if we go into enhancement updates, and then as you give your updates, everyone can introduce their shadows. People happy with that? Sound good? All right. In which case, Grace, please kick us off with enhancements.
All right, everyone, enhancement sheet just started opening recently, 2 days ago. So our current status is green. Our shadows just began working on it. We currently have 23 tracked for alpha, 13 beta, and 6 stable. Most of these are from 6 storage, which is fine. I'm expecting obviously a lot more to come in. And to introduce my awesome shadows, is Priyanka on this call? If not, we can go to Ryler and then circle back. Ryler, are you there?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Ryler Hockenberry. I work for MasterCard Data and Services. This is my first time as a shadow on the enhancement sub-team, and really happy to be here.
All right, welcome, Ryler. Next, we have Hossein.
Hello, everyone. My name is Hossein. So I work for Liquid Reply from Germany. I've been shadowing CI Signal for release 122, leading CI Signal for release 123. And I'm happy to be back for next release. Yeah, great to be here.
All right, and then next on my list, I have Jared or Jiahui.
Hi, this is Jerry. Can you hear me? Okay, so I work for Google. I've been working with SIG API machinery and SIG cloud provider for quite a few cycles. So yeah, this time I would really want to try out SIG release and the enhancement shadow. Thank you very much.
Awesome. And last call for Priyanka. If she's not here, she was on the enhancement for 1.23 with me as well.
All right, thank you very much, Grace, and welcome to all of the enhancement shadows. Moving on, CI Signal with Leonard. Am I saying that correctly? I am, aren't I?
That's fine. Yeah. So our current status is yellow. We have currently one failing job, but it's being reported on master blocking, and also one failing job on master informing. They are both actually related to the same issue, so they have been reported with the same GitHub issue. So besides that, I think it looks fine. Regarding the shadow onboarding, we have next week on Wednesday a team session. So the CI Signal, the new shadows get basically an introduction, what they have to do, and so on. And after that, I plan to do a one-on-one with each shadow. And yeah, the org membership has also been requested today, and we start using the new CI Signal project board, starting with this release. So if you're interested in basically checking the current status, go to that board, and also feel free to leave any response or whatever, because this is something new for this release, and we try out this new project board. So feel free to leave a comment. And yeah, this week we also posted the first weekly report to the Google group, to KDev, and also to the release CI Signal channel. And yeah, the CI Signal report tool is also work in progress. So also feel free to leave any response to that. Yeah. So regarding the shadows, I know that Shuhei is unavailable because he's in Japan and it's 3 a.m. in the morning. And Lara is, I think, also unavailable. I think I saw Christoph.
Exactly, that's me. Christoph Vogt here. Hi. I joined the release team in 122 as a bug triage shadow, was bug triage lead in 123. And now I'm happy to support as the CI Signals shadow. Yeah, looking really forward to work with you all, guys. And yeah, see you soon.
Awesome. And then Niveta, are you here?
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Okay. Awesome. So that's it. I think next week, yeah, the shadows, or maybe I don't know about Shuhei, because as I said, he's in Japan. Maybe the first meeting he will be able to join is during the burnout meeting phase. So yeah, okay, thank you.
All right, thank you very much, and welcome to the CI Signal shadows. Moving on, we have bug triage with Jyoti. Is that how? Apologies on pronunciation.
No, it's perfect. Hi, my name is Jyoti. I'm the bug trash shadow for 124. I was the bug trash, I worked as a lead in 124. I was the bug trash shadow in 123 earlier, and I'm supporting it as a lead this time. So we, for the status part, we are in yellow. The reason we're in yellow is we have a blocking issue already because of Docker shim issue. So there has been conversations on that issue so far. So I've been tracking it. And for other things, we have a few important soon issues, but nothing out of the blue. About how the team is doing. So we are bootstrapping this week. So the members are joining all the distribution list that they need to. We are talking about that in our chat, Slack chat. So that's about the status and how the team is going. The team is geographically distributed. So we are trying to make it asynchronous as much as possible through Slack. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. And time to introduce the shadows. So I know that Dipto is with us. Dipto, do you want to talk?
Hi, I'm Dipto. I'm currently a student and I'll be joining Cisco as an intern. This is my first time being part of the shadow team and I look forward to working with everyone.
Welcome. And I think we have Ritu with us.
Hi everyone, this is Ritu. I'm currently working at LinkedIn as Infra SRE, and this is my third time with the release team. I have been Dog Shadow and Bug Trash Shadow, and I'm again joining as Bug Trash because I'm really excited for it. Looking forward to working with you all. Thank you. Happy Wednesday.
Okay, welcome Ritu. And I think I have Igor with us.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Igor. I'm based in Sweden. My background is in security engineering. Yeah, this is my first time in the release team. So thanks for trusting me. And I'm shadow in the bug triage team, obviously. So look forward to working with all of you.
Sounds good. Welcome, Igor. And we have one more member, Heba. I don't see her on Zoom. Maybe it's a different name. Heba, are you here? Okay, I think we'll introduce her the next time.
Lovely. Thank you so much, and welcome to all of your shadows as well. Moving on, we have Docs with Nate.
Hello, everyone. Current status is green. We are very much just starting up. So there's, I think, very little to go wrong for Docs at this point. We've done our shadow selection. We reached out to everybody. We actually had our first onboarding meeting this morning. So we've all met each other. There's still a couple of bits here and there that we need to make sure that we've all got access for and all that sort of stuff. But things seem to be moving along quite nicely. On the more technical side, we have already got the integration branch up and running, and it can't help but be healthy at this point, I think. But it's there if you want to follow along. And as for the Docs shadows, I think we have two on the line here. Meha, are you with us right now?
Hello. So, myself, Meha Palodia. I am an undergraduate student pursuing my bachelor's in computer engineering. And this is my second time shadowing in Docs team. So, yeah, excited to involve.
Thank you. And I think the other shadow we have on the line is Chris. Are you still with us?
Yep, I'm here. Yeah, this is my third time as Release Docs Shadow, and I work for AWS as my job, and looking forward to the challenges of this new release. Thanks.
Thank you. And the two that aren't on the line, we have Victor Palade, who was a release docs lead, I believe, for 1.2.2 or 1.2.1, but was fairly recently a lead. And then we have a new person, Edidion Asikpo, and she's new to the project, but we're very excited to have her and show her how things are done. So I think that's the docs update.
Lovely. Thank you so much, and welcome to all of your shadows as well. Moving on, we have release notes with Lucas.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lucas Dwyer. Currently, release note status is green. The shadows have been selected and confirmed. The 1.24 Alpha 1 PRs are expected to be done this coming week. And then I'm still setting the team onboarding meeting and one-on-ones. And then after that, I just have to confirm that they've got Krell set up correctly. And that's it for the update. I'll introduce my shadows. Parul, are you here?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay.
So hello everyone.
Sorry, go ahead.
Lucas, you were saying something?
No, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so hello everyone. I was a part of the release, Kubernetes release 1.23 as a release node shadow, and I like the role a lot. So I'm back again shadowing for release node subteam for Kubernetes 1.24, and I'm currently in my junior year of college.
Okay, and then next, also returning, we have Arsh Sharma.
Hey everyone, I'm Arsh. I work at Octado. This is my second time on the release team. Last time I was a CI Signal Shadows and I wanted to try something different this time, so I'm back in release notes. Great to see so many familiar faces and new faces.
Okay, thank you. And then our new to the release shadows, Francois, are you here?
Yep. Nice to meet you all. And I'm Francois, based in Hamburg as a DevOps engineer, and I'm super excited to work for this release.
All right, and then we have Carlos, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Carlos Santana, and I'm new to the SIG release. Thank you so much, whoever accepted me to this great group of folks, excited to join and learn and provide value. So looking forward to meeting everyone. I'm on the East Coast, North Carolina in time zone, so appreciate the trust.
All right, thank you. And that's it for us.
All right, thank you very much, and welcome to all of you. And then comms with Mickey.
Good morning. So we are green because it's comms and it's early in the release cycle. So I am cautiously optimistic that we're going to get everything out on time. Our shadow selection is complete and everyone is confirmed. In fact, we have a quorum. All of our shadows are on the call today. We're doing our onboarding tomorrow morning. We are a very global team, so we're able to try to figure out a perfect time for us to all connect. And then this release, in addition to the typical comms processes that we need to keep track of, we also have the Docker shim deprecation to think about. So we have a few sort of side projects that add on to our normal workload. But anyway, nice to see all the familiar faces. So on the call, let's start with Kat, who's my returning shadow, and then I'll get to all the new folks.
Hey y'all, my name is Kat. This is my cat. I work at Pulumi. I'm a developer advocate there, but I'm also a CNCF ambassador and am unfortunately was at fault for part of the original Docker shim disaster getting so completely out of control in the media. So I am returning to comms to hopefully make sure that that does not happen again.
Cool, thank you, Kat, and also another Kat. And then I see that Saul, who's one of my new shadows, can introduce himself verbally. So he has a message in the chat if folks want to read that. And then also, I haven't met everyone too closely yet, but Deborah Rod, I know we met on the Contravex call. Do you mind introducing yourself next?
Yeah, hi everyone. Hi, I'm Devbrata. I am presently an undergraduate student from India. This is my first time in release team. Apart from release team, I work closely with upstream marketing team in Contravex. I'm one of the folks behind the most of the tweets you see in Kids Contributor Twist channel. Yeah, that's all about me. Excited to be in the comms team, especially during Docker Shift application.
Perfect, thank you. And then finally, Parthvi, do you mind introducing yourself as well? Oh, I think you might be on mute right now. It's not just me, right?
It's not just you.
Okay, cool. It might be your mic. Okay, sounds good. It looks like we're going to get an introduction on the chat. All right, and to not put too much pressure on your typing, we can segue onto release branch management and then come back.
Sure.
Thanks.
Well, thank you for the update and welcome everyone. All right, that's all of the kind of major subteams with shadows. We do have some other people to hear from, however. Starting off with release branch management, and this is by Navarun. Navarun, I also can't hear you.
Same issue, yeah.
There we go.
There
we go.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
I can hear you.
Yeah, welcome everyone. First of all, to the release team, all returning members and as well as like new members of the team, and happy time of the day. So I'm Navarun. This is me doing releases for the 7th time, 3 times in the announcements team, 2 times in the release team, lead team, led 1.21 and 2 times in branch management. So yeah, good to have you all here. I will have one branch manager shadow, and hopefully we will introduce them in the next meeting next week. So, and status is green. On our side, nothing much to do until the first Alpha 2 cut, which is scheduled to be in first week of February. Other than that, we are good to go. We will communicate with the CA Signal team when we are near that cut time frame.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I do believe we have that introduction in chat as well, so welcome to you as well. All right, moving on, we have our EA, Joseph.
Hey everybody, I'm Joseph Sandoval and I work for Adobe, working on a platform engineering team there. I've been part of the release team for about 5 releases now in varying roles, primarily comms and leading comms. James and I worked together on a few of these releases, enhancements. I had to serve as a lead last time with the last release, as well as now getting to serve as EA. And I'm very, very grateful for this role. And just to be able to work directly with all of you is a real privilege. And I just think about, some of the goals I set for myself during this release cycle is really to kind of like, I want to make sure that you really have a safe space to be able to do your best work and to have a great experience during this release cycle. And even further, I hope that even with this release team, there's so many opportunities within the Kubernetes community. And if I can help shepherd and guide and bring you, whether it's to the release team, maybe you lead a release one day, or jump into SIG release or all these other SIGs, I'm really setting a goal to really help and guide and hopefully be able to keep your career going in open source. So don't hesitate to reach out to me. I will be setting up some time so that we can do a shadow orientation. For those of you that are new, others who have been here, you're welcome as well. And then as well as just trying to do some outreach with James as well, just to make sure that all the things that you need to be effective in this role is met, and help the leads as well, as they also groom you as you develop into maybe possibly becoming a lead as well. But so far, this release has gone great. I'm really happy to have all these shadows selected. Your leads did a great job. And so thanks for your partnership there and really helping us reach that goal of a criteria of making sure that we have a real diverse team that is really representative around the world. So I'm really excited. Thank you all for letting me be a part of this, and I just look forward to this release.
Excellent. Thank you, Joseph. And thank you for those words. All right, moving on. Me. So I realized I didn't actually introduce myself kind of properly as the others. So as I said, my name is James. I, in my day job, work for a company called JetStack, of Cert Manager fame, if anyone's heard of that. I work there as a senior solutions engineer, something like that. So I work with Kubernetes during my day job, and then in every other time I kind of bumble around in SIG release more than anything else. This is also my 7th release, I figured out the other day. I started back on 1.18, and I've been part of every release team since then. So I've been doing this for quite a while at this point, comparatively speaking. I was a release notes lead back in 1.20, and I was enhancements lead in 1.22. So now just doing this as a fun experience. So yeah, welcome to all the familiar faces and new faces as well. In terms of me, my onboarding is ongoing. I have a very long list of tasks involving setting permissions and PRing things. One of the things I'm making a conscious effort to try to do is put as much of the stuff that the release team kind of leads do in public as possible. So if you follow SIG release, the Slack channel, there's a lot of spam of me in there asking random questions and setting things up and opening PRs. So if you're at all interested in the minutiae of what I'm doing, it's in there. I still need to update the Slack and GitHub permissions for everyone. That is coming. I'm working on that. But everyone should now be in the release team group. There is one note on that. I took people's emails from the shadow survey. So for some members, this is not the email that they wanted to use for this. If that's the case, either let me know or just open a PR yourself and I'll approve it to get that fixed, which might be useful for like permissions to access this document, for example. So, I've got a note in the retro doc about that. The other thing I've been doing is meeting a whole bunch of SIGs. One of my onboarding tasks is to meet with every SIG, and there's like 25 of them. So I've spent the past week in meetings. I'm going to spend the next week in meetings. But I think it's quite valuable to go around and speak to everyone. They all know all the dates because I've emailed that out. Everyone's already aware of that, but it's just nice to kind of touch in with people and ask if they have questions and that sort of thing. For new members, you should be able to get org membership. If you need a +1, just ping me or tag me or assign me. Any of that is fine, along with your kind of role lead is generally the thing. Or if I'm unavailable for whatever reason, Joseph, I'm sure, would also be quite happy to, or be failing that, SIG release technical leads and chairs and such. All right. Before I move on, I'd like to introduce my shadows. Like every other group, I also have shadows. These are generally experienced contributors to the release team. I also have 4 of them. I think they're all around. Maybe we'll see. Start out with Max.
Cool. Thank you. I'm Max, co-founder of Liquid Reply. It's my 8th round with the release team. So started with 1.17, run through comms, also together with Joseph, had a little look into bug triage, then later on CI signal, and the last round and this round, I'm part of the release lead team as a shadow.
All right, thank you. Xander, you're around?
Yeah, hey everybody, I'm Xander. I have been involved in the release since 1.20 across comms and enhancements teams. Professionally, work on Kubernetes at Twitter. Yeah, I think Joseph alluded to this earlier, but we are shadows for James, but as all of us on the lead shadow team have been involved in the release for a while, I think we are all here to support all of you as well. So as shadows, please feel free to reach out to any of us anytime. I think across the group of lead shadows, we've shadowed across like the whole release team. So yeah, here to support you in whatever way we can.
Excellent, thank you. Cece, are you on the call? I don't see her. She might not be able to make this one. In which case, Jesse, you around?
Hey, as happens 1 out of 5 calls, my video will not turn on. So you'll see me again sometime. Yeah, I'm Jesse. Most recently led docs for 123 and comms for 122. And like Xander said, yeah, just reach out. We are here to help. We are here to learn from you. Partially how to make things work better, partially how to make it work better for you. This whole release team revolves around you folks, putting in the hours, showing up. So super happy to be here. And yeah, that's me. What else? Oh yeah, I work at AWS, if that matters. All right.
All right, thank you so much. I don't see CC on the member list, so I'm sure you can introduce yourself next time. In which case, I think that's everything from me. We should have an update from SIG Scalability, but this is my bad, I forgot to ping them. Is anyone from SIG Scalability just happened to be on the call anyway? Nope, doesn't sound like it. I will remember to chase them up next time. That's my fault. All right, that's the end of the major parts of the update. The last thing I'd like to do is take a quick look at the project board. But before I do that, does anyone have any questions or updates or things to mention before we move on to that?
I just want to quickly introduce myself. My name's Tom, and I was on the release notes shadow team for 122 and 123. I'm not officially part of the this release cycle, but I'm still sticking around. If anyone in the release notes team has any questions, comes up with any problem with Corel or anything else, feel free to ping me on Slack or even tag me in the pull requests for review or anything that you need. I'll be more than willing to help you guys. Folks. Thank you.
Thank you. It's lovely to have you around and see your face again. A couple of notes actually that has reminded me. For those that might not be aware, a couple of terms that we've used. KREL, however you want to say it, is a release notes tool. The source code of that is available on GitHub if people are interested. And also the Docker shim thing. I'm not sure if everyone is fully aware, but Docker shim is a feature, I'm going to say, of Kubernetes that was deprecated a few releases ago and is being removed as of this release. And this has some wide-ranging applications for cluster administrators. So there is a big communications effort around that removal. The actual removal technically has already happened. If you pull the latest kind of main development version of Kubernetes and run it, you can run it without it there. If you want more information on that, there are innumerable resources. That is going to be a big theme of this release is communicating correctly around Docker shim. So you'll probably hear that coming up quite a bit. Grace, you raise your hand.
Yeah, I just have a quick question. Ryler brought it up that we have something called Keepctl. I know PRR reviewers use it, or at least it's in their documentation, but I don't have any context. So I'm interested if anyone here knows what Keepctl is usually used for.
My understanding is that at the moment, Keepctl, another kind of command line tool written by the community, is used primarily by the PRR team. I don't think the enhancements project team is intended to use it yet. There was talk of changing that. I think this is tied up in the various attempts to overhaul the release process. Jeremy, you might know more.
Yeah, that's pretty good summarization. I think we started writing that tool as a place to start doing some automation, some more GitHub-based workflows for the enhancement stuff. And that effort has kind of stalled out. We may pick it back up from the enhancement subproject in SIG architecture, but it's definitely used by the PRR team. It also can generally be used to do some querying. Like that's one of the major capabilities that it has. You can query across different SIGs and different statuses. It's kind of useful in that sense if you don't want to go drill through the GitHub UI, or if you don't want to like grep through directories, it works out pretty well there. It has some abilities to like scaffold out a new kep stuff as well. But I think the primary use case for it right now is doing querying.
All right. Thank you, Jeremy. Does that mostly answer your question, Grace? Cool. All right. Guys, we've got some links put in here. Excellent. Thank you. Okay, let's take a very brief look at the release team board. So this is a board on GitHub, which largely describes kind of wide-ranging things. A lot of these won't be directly relevant to the present release immediately, but might come up kind of future and will inform the release process in general. So it's useful to keep an eye on these at least every once in a while. I haven't actually looked at this in any great detail. So there's nothing in review or blocked waiting. In progress, we can take a look at these. We are refining the way we communicate deprecations and wide-reaching changes. Yeah, so this is a big one when it comes to like Docker shim and other things like this. We are looking to basically just learn how to communicate this a little bit better. Oh, Jesse, you're assigned. Any thoughts on this?
Hey, sorry, I was muted. Yeah, I made a comment on that. Like, I think this really just came out of like, let's put this into the release cycle intentionally. And so we discussed it in the 123 retro, and I added it to some updates to the comms handbook, which that PR is just kind of out there right now. But as soon as that merges, I think it goes a long way toward resolving what we need here.
Yeah, this one, right? This comms handbook PR.
That's the one.
Okay.
So that was in desperate need of an overhaul anyhow. So the PR is a little bigger than just that. but yeah, we've basically added in an intentional part of the comms team role to help identify whether or not a release warrants extra communication about deprecations and removals, and a blog to do just that, and facilitating that getting out the door. So I'm not sure it fully addresses everything that came up, but I think there was a lot of brainstorming in there too, and most people agreed that that was what we needed.
Yeah. Oh, I see. We have some lifecycle stuff. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, is this an in progress thing? It kind of is, right? Oh yeah, it's already in. Yeah, it's already in progress.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and it's taken a lot to, and like, it's one of those PRs, you know how you have a PR sometimes, and just every now and then it's just like 3 days goes by and then somebody comes in and adds something more. So
yeah,
it's kind of dragging on, but it's nearly there.
Yeah, we should look to get that merged sooner rather than later, because I suppose especially with your shadows, if you're all effectively just reading the PR version anyway.
That's what I was hoping for Mickey's team, to basically have a fresh copy of this. As far as I know, that PR is in good shape. I just rebased it this morning. I just added some stuff from Karen. So if anybody has approve rights there, just
yeah, I'll be doing it as well.
Oh, thanks.
Okay. It's just been, I mean, it's not held, so that might just merge it. Or is it missing the approve label?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I've read it with the update before, presuming you haven't done anything. I'm just gonna, it's probably fine. That should just get merged, maybe. Okay, we'll come back to that. But cool. Okay. So this needs to stay here even if that merges, because there's a few other bits. Is that right?
I'm not sure. I think the general assessment is that having this as an intentional component of the release cycle seems to address the need.
Okay.
I'm open to sort of further the discussion there, but
yeah, I think let's explicitly drop into that thread and ask if this action closes it, and we can maybe discuss drop it into contribx to say like to get their input as well. But I'm in agreement that it pretty much wraps up the gist of what that issue was discussing. It gives us a process, and I think it's pretty straightforward.
Jeremy, apparently I had to ask for approval from you.
Oh, the approver thing probably hasn't gone.
Yeah, I've not. Oh, it's not been merged yet. That's why I'm not yet an approver.
There you go.
There we go. Cool. Okay, we got that merged. Right. Yeah, we'll get that merged. We'll circle back. Okay. I guess we'll touch back on this next time. We are at 43 minutes past, so I'm not going to go on to the next issue, but we can just kind of slowly plod away at these, kind of like 1 or 2 each meeting, just get an idea of what's going on with them. All right. From here, I'm going to end the recording unless anyone else had any particular things to bring up at this time on the recording. Nope. All right. I will end that.